Hello, this is Goodwill Ambassador Stephen. I am doing this video here to show you some of the highlights that you can see from the top of the observation deck of the Carew Tower at 49 floors here in downtown Cincinnati, Ohio. Very beautiful city. If you love a lot of diverse architecture, it's, in my opinion, tops in the United States. In the middle of the shot here, you'll see the famous Roebling Suspension Bridge. This is the forerunner to the more famous Brooklyn Bridge in New York City, Brooklyn. It was designed and built by the same family. In front of us is a very beautiful old skyscraper in Cincinnati, built back in the 1920s, and it is now the PNC Bank Tower. Looking across the productive, busy Ohio River is the city of Covington, Kentucky. Over here to the right, you'll see this stadium. It is Paul Brown Stadium. That's where the professional Cincinnati Bengals football team play. There's multiple bridges crossing the Ohio River. You see over here more towards the top is the Brent Spence Bridge that carries Interstate 75 and 71 across from Ohio, where we're at, into Kentucky, and you'll see the road go up the hill. It's going up a hill there. That is called the Cut of the Hill. When you fly into Cincinnati, or when people fly into Cincinnati, which the airport is over in northern Kentucky, when you come into Cincinnati, usually you're going to come this way down the Cut of the Hill, and it's a phenomenal, beautiful view. As we walk around, you'll see the Great American Ballpark. This is where the very first professional baseball team in the world play, the Cincinnati Reds. When they first started, they were the Cincinnati Redlegs. As I said, there's a lot of bridges crossing the Ohio River here in Cincinnati. The tallest building currently in Cincinnati is this building right here in the middle of the shot, the Great American Insurance Building. Same name as what the Cincinnati Reds ballpark is named. It's named the Great American Ballpark. As we scan around, you'll see this bridge in the middle shot. That is affectionately known as the Big Mac Bridge, which I don't have to explain why it's called that. Cincinnati is a city built on 7 hills, just like Rome. There's some major connections with Italy also here. But this is a hill in the middle of the shot. This is Mount Adams, very bohemian neighborhood. A lot of little restaurants, pubs, very interesting, some great views up there. It's also where Eden Park is. Beautiful park, good views overlooking the city and the river. In Eden Park, you'll find the Cincinnati Art Museum. This is basically in the middle of the shot there with all the trees around it. You also have the Crone Conservatory and different like playhouse in the park, and just all kind of really cool stuff. Make sure you get up there to Eden Park and check out Mount Adams while you're up there also. This expressway you'll see in the shot, middle ways, this is Interstate 71. This is the expressway that will take you on the Ohio side from Cincinnati through Columbus, and it finishes in Cleveland, Ohio. As we walk around, I'll show you a view of our main square in downtown Cincinnati, where a lot of activity happens. It is called Fountain Square. It is named after the fountain in the square, which is the Probasco Fountain that was brought over from Germany. I have to move back here a little bit so you can get a shot of the fountain. You can probably see down below there, that is the fountain. They're doing some work on it, or they were. And down there on the square during the winter when it gets colder, they actually install an ice skating rink. See if I can get a better view coming back this way a little bit. Nope. Fountain Square. You can see the deck here, the observation deck. It has some of your zoom-in viewfinders, all that kind of stuff. Here you can get a better view of the fountain looking down. This is Fountain Square. A lot of activity happens on that square, if I didn't say that already. It's the heart and soul of downtown Cincinnati. A city built on 7 hills. The hill right in the middle, that is known as Mount Auburn. You have in the middle of the shot here, it's Christ Hospital. Up in that area, you have a lot of hospitals. And you have up in the Clifton area, which is right over here, the University of Cincinnati and other hospitals. It's a lot of activity up there also, nightlife, restaurants, fun stuff. It's a college area. Now, as the higher buildings give way to your lower rise buildings, houses, this is the area known as Over the Rhine. And it's got its name, Over the Rhine, back in the 1800s when a lot of Germans were settling here, because it reminded them a lot of their home country of Germany. The Ohio River reminded them a lot of the Rhine, and there's a lot of similarity in the amount of traffic transported on both rivers. The Over the Rhine was an area that was bordered by the Miami-Erie Canal. At that time, in the late 1800s, railroads had already bypassed the canals as the #1 form of transporting goods and people. The canals, this canal here, the Miami-Erie Canal, had become pretty much a sewage ditch. So the natives at the time living in Cincinnati is considered the first true American city in the United States. The natives born in the United States, they would do this as a put down to the Germans that settled in this area, and they were saying that the canal was their Rhine River, this sewage ditch. That canal was drained later on, and a subway tunnel was built, but the subway was never completed because it went over budget. And then World War II started. The Depression, World War II, it never got completed. There's still tunnels under the roadway, which is Central Parkway. It's a wide boulevard. In the middle shot here is Cincinnati's Music Hall, which has really great acoustics. And then you'll see the green area, that is Washington Park. As we go around, you'll see this beautiful building in the middle, Cincinnati City Hall. That's Cincinnati City Hall. Now, out in the distance a little bit, in my humble opinion, is the most beautiful train station in all of the United States, and I've been to a lot. I would place this above Union Station in downtown LA, and actually Grand Central Station in New York City. This is Union Terminal. There's a lot of museums in there now. It's well worth a nice visit. You'll have a great time at Union Terminal. That's how it's known, Union Terminal, not Union Station. So keep working our way around. You'll see here is the Convention Center, downtown Cincinnati, where the Convention Center is. Yeah, it's been like a lot of convention centers, increased in size. I believe it's probably doubled over, the decades, let's just say. And out in the distance, you might not be able to tell that's a hill. That is Price Hill, where you see a lot of the trees. That's, going up the hills, you'll see the trees, and then on top is the neighborhoods, where people are living in houses and all that, stuff, activity. That is Price Hill. More of the Ohio River. You're looking downstream, heading west towards Louisville's the next major city, and then it meets up with the Mississippi River there in Carew, Illinois. That's pretty much does it for the overview of Cincinnati in the area here, Cincinnati area, from the top of the Carew Tower. One last thing, if you want some really great views of downtown, in the middle shot here with all the trees, The green area, that is Carew Park. Carew Park. You can go up there and just get some really nice shots of the city and different areas from Carew Park. That's over there in Kentucky. Everybody enjoy, and this concludes this video. Hope you enjoyed it.